Welcome back, everyone, to Thea the Awakening. Got some exciting news, but I'll go ahead and wait for more people to get in here before I display it. But there is an update for Thea 2. In the meantime, let's get loaded in here, take a few minutes to acquaint ourselves with where we left off, and then jump right back into it. Alright, starting with our village. We got our tree of blessing, which is good. That way we maintain our blessings permanently from now on. Nothing else new to make. We are currently scum crafting, however, we don't have a whole lot of the vine to work with. Let's see what else we got for materials. We have some ancient wood. We have plenty of mithril, so next focus is going to be making our heavy armor. We do have some diamonds, so we could gamble on that. We have plenty of dragon bone. And plenty of spider silk. So that's kind of all we have to work with right now. We need one more research point to get the heavy armor going. So we'll continue to do our scumcraft. Hopefully we have enough to get us that level. If not, we'll figure something out. And then our main expedition group is currently gathering ancient wood and spider silk. And our brand new team Misfits is gathering wicker, which is kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy for them. We need the wicker to make baskets to make them better at gathering so that we can move on and do bigger and better things with them. Alright, so it's going to be quite a bit of turn skipping for the time being. We will head back at about 6 days worth of food for Team Misfits. And I think we have plenty of supplies for these guys. Yeah. So we will probably end up using all of their food, turn on our fish, and then that's when we head back. What do we got? Malicious spiders, that's an auto-resolve. Those spiders were carrying a super heavy bone armor. We're going to go ahead and break that down. And we finally got our second point. Let's go ahead and use that. Get our heavy armor going. Whoops. Village. Thank you. We want to craft some gambling mithril armor. So we want diamond. We have enough to do 3, which is very nice. We have the coal. There is a part of me that's tempted to wait until she's level 20 crafting to guarantee no bad quality gear. And I think, in fact, that is what I'm going to do. So instead, what kind of hammer does she have equipped? We might be able to make a improvement for her. 4. So yeah, we should be able to make a 5 craft. And if we can, then we no longer have to worry about her making bad quality gear. So if we do that with ancient wood, what do we get? Perfect. And it's lightweight. Let's do that first. There, we'll craft it. She finishes it. We put it on her. She crafts our armor. Beautiful. Love it. What do we got? Blood bee, crazed bees. That should also be an auto-resolve. Rubies are nice. They had on them a plain shirt. Not useful at all. Team Misfits encounters. While you set up a camp, you discover a heavy metal chest hidden away in some shrubbery. We can try to figure out how to open the lock or hit it with things. This is Team Misfits. I don't know how good they are since we just created them last time. So, how intelligent are we? The crow has no intelligence. 3, 6, 2, 4, 9, 3, 7, 2, and 5. We are average. We might be able to do this. Let's try. Okay, we get to go first, so we'll start with the Svarog Lv. It's got the most damage. Not enough to get that kill. Thankfully, the AI does not know how to use spears very well. Keeps us from taking that damage. Justin, welcome back. How are you, man? I was beginning to think you bailed on me. What do we got? Counter offense of 5. Probably not going to work. And this seems like a better idea anyways. Guarantee that kill. Never. Just late. I got some pretty big news. I'm hoping that Kochasek, Ebentide, and Noob log on soon, since they are the standard viewers. I want them to be able to see this and not have to go back to watch a VOD. But there has been an update for Thea 2, and it's pretty exciting. Kochasek, you are here. Awesome. Tell you what, we'll play for another 10 minutes. Whoever's on gets to see the update. Whoever isn't, too bad. Alright, I do want to keep a Svarog Lv alive, so I'm very tempted to shield him. But at the same time, like, we could do Pelchy Bog. That way this guy has a 50-50 shot of hitting one of them. Yeah, none of our confuses are going to work. This counter tactic might work. I guess we can try. Nope. That was a waste. So we potentially have 19 damage coming at us. Yeah, this is not going to end well. Let's see. Ideally, this guy hits a Svarog Lv. He hits Pelchy Bog. This one will hit the Brova. That way we all survive and we get another round of attacks. Otherwise, this is going to hurt a lot. And it's not going to end very well for us. Support ally at 2. If we send her out, she'll do 4. The support is going to be 4 as well. So, doing the support is not a horrible idea. You can't do anything, so getting a shield out might help. None of these are going to be useful, so we'll just get closer. So that was not ideal, and I don't think we're going to win now. Well, at least we kept our best card. We only lost 2. That's not horrid. Is there still a spear? I didn't pay attention. Let's send a Svarog Lv out. There is a spear. Didn't use it, so that works for me. 9 damage. This one has 21 life, so again, I'm going to support ally. Allows him to kill it. Now, this is a concern, though. 12 damage. Technically 14 if it hits him. I don't have any way of shielding him. Yeah. No matter who I send, somebody's going to die. So let's send Dead Meat out. infuse. Yeah, none of these are gonna work. Let's do a meat shield. Another meat shield. And then these get 2. Damn it. I was hoping he wouldn't get hit. I think losing him kind of guarantees us the loss now. Yeah. Yeah, we are just not quite smart enough for this. Next time. Might as well support. So we lost the challenge. Apparently nothing bad happens. We got an experience out of it, though, which gave us our level, so that's pretty damn good. So, Team Misfits. Faye Gwent is a crap ton of life. That's always nice. Let's see. Dead meat. Every bit of health he can get is nice. Now, this is the big one. Our medic gained a medic skill, so that is amazing. Makes that a perfect level, in my opinion. Our main group, Noob, has level 14 confused. Very nice. Dobemeyer, same thing. Oops, that's not who I wanted. Chabor, level 9 confused. Still useful. +2 gathering on playing coward is very nice. He is kicking ass in that department. Sasha is doing good on health. Ooh. Damn it. It's not our main medic. So, because of Polar Bear, we technically don't need a second medic in this group. So we could put Owlbear Games somewhere else and just let Polar Bear be our secondary medic. It's a small loss for us, but I don't know. I'll have to think about it more. And finally, our village, Ludmilla, doing okay. A warrior gaining medic is kind of weird, but she's a secondary medic now for the village. The chef gains speech. And Hans still needs some help with life. All in all, though, very good levels. We also finished our hammer. So let's go ahead and equip that on Ludmilla. And then because of this, we should be able to equip some armor on. No, it's still not strong enough. The hammer wasn't as lightweight as I thought it was going to be. What do we got for options? Nope, still too heavy. Oh well. At least now she has a 20 skill in crafting. Right? Yep. Which guarantees that everything from now on cannot be bad quality. Which is a perfect time for us to do our gamble. Fat rats and hulking rats should be an auto resolve with a nice gathering necklace. Perfect. And some spiders. Gave me some silk and a ribcage that I don't want. Wow, we are popular this turn. Baba Yagas and a Child Wraith. We will do this ourselves. Let's see. Baba Yaga and Wraiths can both equip spears, so we do want to send out a shielded unit to start. It's going to be an easy kill. Let's go ahead and counter offense. Counter tic-tac. There's the Child Wraith. Ooh, I don't have very good spears to use. Was not expecting that. Alright. Let's get that poke. And then a hammer. This should work. Nice. Confuse the Wraith. Poke the Baba Yaga. And we should be good to go. Nice and easy. This is actually a pretty damn good piece of armor. 33 weight, 9 armor. Makes it great for our medics who usually have very low strength. We got another stealth glove. We'll see about putting that on noob again. And we got the shield. It looks great, but it's not that amazing. It might be an upgrade though. No, the glove is actually a downgrade for noob. Does anybody strong have an open slot? Technically polar bear. Sure, why not? We also have 2 gathering necklaces. Does anybody have an open slot? Only our medics. Pretty sure both of these are too heavy. Yep. That's alright. Oh yeah, that shield. Ooh, it's an upgrade for him. Perfect. We'll take it. Alright, let's see if I can get this working and give you guys an update on Thea 2. So I want to turn the music off of this. That's right. The demo for Thea 2's card battle is out now. And we're going to demo it right now together. Thank you for trying out this demo of Thea 2 The Shattering. Please bear in mind that everything you see here is not a finished game yet. Have fun. Regards, Muha Games. Let's play. Yeah, they made this available for anyone who has already backed them on Kickstarter. Alright, shipwrecked. Driven from your homes by despair, you sail out into the unknown in search of new hope. 1 rickety boat and 4 mismatched souls hanging on to dear life against the thundering anger of the sea. Only by the mercy of the god of winds, Strabog, does your vessel push through the crazed waves. We can hold on tight and try not to fall overboard, merciful Strabog. Pray give us a blasted break. Let's just hold on tightly. The storm raged on and promised no respite. A thunder split the skies and blinded you as it struck. You heard the crack of wood, felt the sudden thud of broken mast, and you were sure death would follow. But the gods did have mercy on you. You woke to a rocky shore of dry land, and even though your vessel was no more, the 4 of you were alive and well. But safety is never a given in this murky world. You must repair your boat, or find other means to continue your journey. You notice a forest in the distance, a good place to gather wood for repairs. Take any equipment that can be useful and head to the forest. Still worn from your ordeal, you enter the thick, foreboding forest with too little care, and you find yourself surrounded by a pack of angry, wild boars. Fight the boars. This is a physical challenge. My group, we have this interesting thing, looks like a demon. We have a warrior, a medic, and looks like an orc hunter against 2 boars and a rat. Let's fight. So, the little that I've read, this has changed a lot and has gotten a lot more complicated since Thea 1. So we will follow the tutorial steps. You have started a physical challenge card minigame. During preparation phases, players take turns to play their cards. Ally turn is green, enemy turn is red, obviously. Rules of playing a card. To play a card, you need to pay its casting cost, denoted by this symbol. Each card may have one or more actions, aka skills, available. When you run out of action points, click End Turn. You will receive more action points after your opponent ends their turn. So we right now have 2 action points. Each of our cards costs a single action point to play right now. When all preparation phases end, fight phases begin. Q on the right-hand side of the screen shows order of actions. Cards with the lowest delay are at the top and will act first. So in addition to having action points to spend to play our cards, each card has their own speed at which they'll be able to fight. So it's no longer starts from the left and goes to the right in attacking in order. You now have to pay attention to who's faster but can still get the job done for what you want. We'd love to know what you think about this demo, so if you have a moment, send us a note. Awesome. All right. The other problem is I don't know anything about these guys. Wow, you're going to have to balance your decks. Yeah, you have to really focus on this one. Let's see. So the skull is our damage with no additional effects. Target vert splash. Targets one closest enemy. If the attacker stands in melee row, the attack will splash into another enemy standing behind the main target. So now spears, it hits this guy, and if there was another card behind it, the spear would pass through it and hit both of them. Swords, target single melee, targets the one closest enemy. Trigger attack. This action places the character on the battlefield. Sub-skill effects will activate according to fight order Q. Anything else stand out? Target horizon or horizontal splash. Targets one closest enemy and up to 2 enemies standing to the left and right. So this card, let's say we put it here, it attacks this one and it'll attack both sides of it, kind of like a hammer basically, even though it doesn't kill necessarily. Pure damage, avoids shielding and goes straight into hit points. Wow, yeah, there's just so many new things. Poison damage, double damage for wounded characters. Then we got our health and shielding, kind of pretty obvious what each of them are. So I like that. The UI is not too bad thus far. And the fact that just mousing over something gives you more info is a very nice touch. So normal damage, single target, 5.8. So in theory, do I have somebody faster than that can kill it? I do not. But, oh no, this is cool. So selecting the card then gives you access to all of their abilities. So we have Sword Slash, which does the 8 damage and is pretty quick. We have Headbutt, which does a stun, regular damage that also increases the affected target's delay, causing it to act later in the fight order queue. That's pretty badass. So yeah, it adds 2 to his point, so that would be a 7.8. We can do an unarmed attack, which does less damage and is slower, but it allows us to hit a target in the front or back row, whereas the sword only hits the closest enemy in the melee, the front row. So it's weaker, but it does allow you to hit something in the back. Say there was a wizard that could do a lot of damage and you wanted to get rid of quickly, this would be the way to do it. And shields up, increasing shielding of a random friendly target by 4. Nice. If I do this, it becomes a 7.8, which would then allow any of my guys to hit it. So yeah, I think we're going to try to stun it. And then it shows you who's going to hit who. So she's going to hit this guy for 7 damage. He's going to hit her for 3. I like it. I like it a lot. The other thing is you can use cards multiple times. The difference is they get more and more expensive. So right now, if I wanted to use her a second time for another one of her abilities, it would take 2 action points, which we don't have, so we cannot use her a second time. But what we can do is use him with his spear to finish off the boar, and then if the AI messes up and puts a card here, we get double damage, basically. But that's all we can do right now. The other difference is you only get 4 phases each, whereas before you go until you've played all of your cards or you choose to fully end your turn. So you kind of have to plan it out. Each phase, you get your points back. It shows you right here. Phase 1, you get 2 points. Phase 2, you get 2 more points. Phase 3, 2 more points. Phase 4, a single point. So you could save up, not send any cards out until the last phase, and then blast as many cards as you can. The difference is you add to your delay timer on each phase. So we had a +1 to everyone's delay on the first turn, +3 now, 5 and 7, and so on. So there's so much to consider playing this game now. He can get the kill on this one and then also wound that one. Although he's going to attack later. That's it's not too much of a problem. The delay thing is tough, yeah. Let's see. He's only going to do 3 damage. That's not too bad. So I think we're going to send our demon out right here. Next. And like the computer only has the 3 cards to play with, but we're going to basically fill most of these squares up, or 7 of them in theory. So that also means it's kind of pointless to stack up huge groups like we do in Thea 1, because you can only use up to 7 cards per combat. So now you want to focus on having a diverse skill range instead of like a bunch of warriors and a couple gatherers. Let's see, what else can we do? We've pretty much got everybody out to test right now. I'm going to go like that. And so here I'm messed up. I only get a single action point on the last turn, but everybody costs 2 or more because I've already used them once. So I don't actually get to put a card out on this last phase. Some people you might never want to be in a fight, but you would want them in other events. Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. I'll go to the announcement, but fights get a little more interesting as well in Thea 2. The boars are dead, so even though you were roughed up a bit, at least you don't have to worry about food. While searching for suitable materials to repair their boat, one of you discovers a chest well hidden in the bushes. Maybe this island isn't as desolate as you first thought. Open the chest, there may be treasure. And this is the new equipment screen. They don't have the little UI pop-ups yet for this. That's disappointing. Oh, they do on some. Maybe. No, it's just the equipment. Damn it. But this is the big thing that we were always talking about. Having the sex symbol of that character is going to be very useful, especially if they continue with the, like the vampire events where males or females are the only ones that can take part. my understanding, based off of further reading, this is your health in physical combat, which are these stats. This is your health in mental combat, which are these stats. And then this is your health in spiritual combat, which are these stats. What do we got? An iron mallet, two-handed. Club attack level 4. Gives you the hammer smash sub-skill. Cool. So yeah, they've added a whole lot that you have to keep track of, like the whole sub-skills thing. And looking at how they impact you. It looks like this armor is no different than her current armor. They both have a delay of 9.8. And I don't know what the rest means, honestly. Cool. And then more fights. So, that's the intro to Thea 2, at least based off the demo right now. Armor class. Can't go back to it. Let's get rid of you. There we go. And then let's see if I can bring up the update real quick for you guys. There we go. So, with the announcement of the demo for Kickstarter backers, they also put this little bit in. All conflicts in Thea 2 will be resolved via the tactical card minigame. The game is an immersive, challenging experience where your people, as well as the enemy you face, become the card decks. As with Thea 1, the sequel will have different types of challenges to resolve problems, so that brute force is not the only way. There are 3 challenge types: physical, spiritual, and mental. And those 3 are also broken down into 2 subcategories: versus enemy or versus concept. Unlike Thea 1, in Thea 2, enemies will have a favored challenge type and will attack you with it, so not always with brawn. For this example, mental challenges can include diplomacy or solving riddles. And then it gives you a quick little breakdown of the different styles. Physical versus enemy, the most common and straightforward challenge type, which is a fight. Physical versus concepts, all things that require strength or brawn, running, climbing, etc. Spiritual versus enemy, spirit challenges will represent the mystical, so battles of willpower or magic. Demons especially may use this challenge type. Spiritual versus concept, this will represent facing magic, doing rituals, banishing spirits, and the like. Mental versus enemy, this will represent social conflicts between 2 groups. Mental versus concept, this will represent intellectual challenges, solving riddles, figuring out hidden knowledge or tactics. Spiritual challenge is all about the mystical powers. And then it just kind of gives you a quick breakdown of the things that they're keeping from Thea 1. So the card game will continue. Your people are your cards. Equipment, skills, and stats will have a direct impact on what is available in the challenge. But some of the new stuff that's going to be added in Thea 2, you may play a single character many times. Your characters become your cards, but you will now be able to play one character skills multiple times. Note that the duplicate will attack separately, but it will still take damage as one. So you have to be careful on where you put that character out, because if it's a weaker character without a shield, they can quickly die in a single combat because you have them in front of multiple enemies taking those hits. Melee and ranged rows. As with Thea 1, we do have a melee support skills, but this time it is more dynamic and does not split your hand into 2, but allows you to play different skills as needed. No more losing your best fighter because he went to the support hand, which I love. That was one of the biggest issues with Thea 1 for me, is all of my warriors being in my tactical hand, and then I have to use my gatherers to try to fight. Skills, spells, and god intervention. Thea 2 will introduce a vast array of skill sets, but also summons, spells, and even divine intervention, all making the card game much more exciting. More control. We've designed the mechanics to give players greater control over the challenges. You will now have such stats as action points. Each skill and or card has AP cost to play. An initiative delay stat that allows you to determine when your character will act, which we saw. And then it gave a quick run through of the demo. And then they do this quick little shout out for another indie game called Fell Seal, Arbiter's Mark. It's a classic turn-based tactical RPG, similar in vein to Final Fantasy Tactics. Is another indie gem worth checking out. The game looks fun, and they do have a demo to try out, so you can see if it's something you fancy. So a little shout out on my part for them as well. I love tactical style games. All right, so that's my update for you guys. Let's go ahead and get back into Thea 1 now. Hopefully that little demo, even though the game is going to be more complex than Thea 1, doesn't turn anybody off from the idea of trying out Thea 2. And I forgot to head home at 6 food, so we need to run quickly. We're probably going to starve, but nothing we can do about that now. All good stuff. Yep. Totally agree. Cannot wait. That should be an auto-resolve. The other thing, I think I might have mentioned this before, but they announced that anybody who's a Kickstarter backer will get immediate access to the the early release that they do on Steam, so that we can play and test it and kind of update them as, you know, things and issues that we may come across to help them fix it and get better. So hopefully that comes out very soon, and I can start playing that and streaming it if they allow me. Alright, we are out of food, and we are not going to make it to the village. Oh well. They'll take a couple wounds, so that's okay. Goblin Boar Rider. Let's see what you got. Let's start with one of our... I want to start with one of my hammers, but goblins can have spears. Alright, let's start with Dobermeyer. Then Coach a Sec. Then another shield, Sasha. Let's go ahead and counter that tactical card. Can't do anything about the offensive one, but we don't need to, because we are going to be just fine. I'll go ahead and poke this guy. Don't need the quilted cloth. This is a pretty good two-handed axe. We'll go ahead and keep that. It's decent weight to weight to damage ratio. Can they make it? No, they cannot.
You travel through the hills in search of resources, and you come across the remains of an old settlement. The houses are small, almost built into the hills themselves, and despite the decay brought by the darkness, many look well preserved. You realize, however, that you are not alone, as two tall orcs step in front of you.
Actually, we're pretty good at speech challenges.
Halt! One shouts at you in a deep, heavy drumming voice.
Easy there, guys.
The two orcs speak together in a foreign tongue, which sounds a lot like whistling leaves on a windy day. You make out a few words like deal, mistress, and vault, but not much else. The orcs step aside, and an orcish female steps in. She is even taller, muscular, and holds her head up high as she speaks to you.
We got here first, human, so don't get any ideas. But we may have a deal for you. We found something and it needs tools to open, and we have none. Give us your tools, and in exchange we will give you several weapons and some resources we've found in this place. Deal?
How about we work together?
The orc woman frowns, and her men take a few steps forward, but she raises her hand to stop them.
Work together, you say? Why? We have never gotten anything but hatred and disdain from your kin. Why would we trust you?
Just gotta. Alright, sadly my best cards are in our tactical hand, but we should still be fine. Let's start with the Brova. Do we have any counters worth using? No offensive ones, but we can get some tic-tacs out. Not gonna kill. It's gonna be 7, 11, 13, 17 damage. So potentially kill her, or we could just shield her like that. So she'll still be fine even with that added damage. 20 life. So we definitely want to support her. This way she'll kill it on phase 2. Whoa, why am I losing frames? Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why it all of a sudden went haywire for a second, but we should be back and good to go now. Let's see. So she'll kill this on phase 2. Whoever I send next is going to die. There's no stopping that. So we're going to send Raslava first. Then Marcelka. Kind of our two weakest people. Then Catherine. Then Otrak. You are just going to kind of sit there. Touchy bug. Cannot confuse, but we can support. And that's a victory.
The conversation goes well, and so you end on a high note. So you see, we both have an image of our people in our heads. We think orcs are brutes who will eat our children, and from the sounds of it, you think the very same of us. If we give you our tools, you may not find anything of use in the vault anyway. But if we work together, you keep your stuff and get half of what's in the vault. And we both learn that trust can be found in the strangest of places. The orc woman nods and smiles.
Oh, fine. You have a silver tongue, human, but I like it. Let's get the vault open, and then perhaps we can even drink together.
I'm guessing my internet is shit today. We did have a storm go through a little bit ago. It's the only thing I think that's causing me to drop frames so much. Alright, let's open the vault.
Inside the vault, you find a supply of various wooden logs, some minerals, and a huge supply of dried, cured foodstuffs. You also find a small armory, but it is clear that whoever lived here treasured the food and resources more than anything else. You share the spoils and sit by the fire with the orcs. There is an awkward distance between the groups, but it is certainly progress. The orcs get up
Pretty
to
good
leave,
rewards.
but their leader turns to you once more.
This was a trip to remember, and I would not like it to go to waste on account of our mutual hatred. I give you one of my men. Not a good one, mind you, he's a measly thing, but perhaps he can prove his worth amongst your people. But in return, one of yours will come to live with us. Perhaps this way we will learn about each other and rebuild our land differently from before.
She looks away, her face frozen in thought.
I'm going to turn her down, and hopefully she'll give me an orc worker that will help round out Team Misfits nicely.
The woman nods in agreement and says no more.
Damn it. Ah, well. Alright, we still cannot make it. So they're going to take another round of wounds. How's our other group doing? They're fine. Alright, let's us drop off all this random loot. The meat. Oh, I guess I could. Damn it, I could have turned veggies on. Wasn't paying attention to that. Oh, we got 2 children. We need to resupply our food stocks. We have 10 people, so let's take 300 fishies. Turn on the fish. We also need to resupply our wood. And we will take the 2 hammers that we made. Catherine is going to get a nice upgrade. What do you got? You got a 9 and 3, and you got a 9. So Otrak here is going to get that upgrade. And I just realized we never went through and corrected these little dashes that we used to remind us who went into this party as we collected them. There we go. Drop those off. Let's get those baskets made after the armor, I suppose. Spider silk, wicker, coal. Holy shit. 20 of them. I don't think we need 20. Let's just go with 10 for now. In the meantime, we need them to gather something else while they wait. So let's go get some coal. The week is exhausted. You must catch up on sleep. All right, Coach Sec, have a good one. Thanks for joining us. I'm happy you got to see the quick demo of Thea 2. Quick reminder. This weekend is interesting for me. I'm going to be switching things up. I will try to stream tomorrow night and not stream Sunday night because I got some friends in town who are wanting to hang out Sunday, so I'm going to try to flip it. I just can't guarantee that it'll work. Worst case scenario, I won't stream at all this weekend, but I will try to avoid that if possible. I will update the title to let you guys know. I will also send out a tweet on Twitter with that update as well. Anyways, have a good night. Enjoy your weekend, Coach Sec. What can we get with the coal? We can get more fish, or we can get meat. I think keeping them self-sustained with fish would be a good idea. We're not going to collect anything at a decent rate. It's going to take us a while, but that's okay. We need to sit a while anyways for these baskets to be made. Second armor is done. We'll check them out once all three are ready to go.
Thea is not an easy place to grow up in.
Oh,
But
I did
alas,
not plan
grow
this
up
out.
we must. One of your children has matured into a young adult and is ready to join your village and rebuild Thea.
Let's get another gatherer for Misfits.
Becoming an adult is an important rite of
Apollonia.
passage. The whole village celebrates this joyous occasion. The youngster places a food offering at the altars of their gods.
She's
in
average.
thanks and in hopes for a good future.
Alright, we need to put her to work for the time being. Let's help out with the vine for now. Apollonia. Let's give ourselves a little reminder. And then what are we going to do with you? Take that armor, and that already puts you near your limit. That's ridiculous. Never mind. Okay, take that armor. And I think we're going to give you one of the spears. Yeah.
There has been an increase in vermin in your village over the last few
Oh,
days.
another
You
one.
have dealt with the rodents, but your wise ones tell you they were not healthy. Just as they feared, your men begin to fall ill one by one, and soon the whole village is affected.
Alright, time to fight the plague once again. Luckily we have a medic and plenty of herbs.
Your village medic has their hands full, but thanks to the supply of herbs, they are able to battle the disease with a full arsenal.
It's a nice easy auto
Your
resolve
medics
for
did
us.
not sleep or eat until every man, woman and child was tended to. Their vigorous attack on the sickness paid off, and everybody is back on their feet in no time.
Hans gained permanent +3 health. Pretty nice. Gonna help him out a lot. And Apollonia, because of that +3 health, hit tier 2, which is very nice, especially since she was just born. Or just grew up. Last turn for our liberation army. Alright, let's go break camp with them and head home. We also need to turn on our fishies. We're gonna fight some rats. Get some rat meat out of it. Cannot move anymore. Is there anything worth gathering? Getting some leather and meat, never a bad thing.
The whole land is shaken with tremors. Groans and thudding footsteps are heard throughout. Many people get bruised and thrown about, but the tremors eventually stop.
Damn these tremors. Alright, break camp, continue our journey, which is probably going to make us fight these things. Or not. We went around them. Ooh, we got some crows hitting us. It's an auto resolve. Ooh, a 3-skull fight. Unliving spiders. This will be fun. Still easy. It's pretty much a guaranteed win, but fun nonetheless. Coach Sek, you will start us out. Just barely enough to kill it. Let's see, any counters worthwhile? Counter tic-tac. One less thing to worry about. Let's go ahead and pick that one as well. What do you got? It's 31 life. Alright, Krolls can handle that. Then we'll do Sasha. Let's go ahead and confuse both of the active ones just to make sure in case we miscalculated somewhere. And let's do this. Those spiders had an okay lightweight armor. Nature's skin, 9 armor, 1 attractiveness. We'll keep it for now. Ooh, what do we got here? Poludnikas, some ghosts. I really want a Poludnika in my group. I wonder how I can do that. Probably have to do attract demon, would be my guess. Alright, let's see. Poludnikas. I don't know much about them, but I assume they can equip spears. So let's start with Sasha. Of course, the crow comes out first. My counter offense 1 is not going to work, but this tactic of 10 will definitely work. That is a definite kill for Sasha. So let's send out Chabor with his hammer next. Ah, they do have spears. Good call by me, I guess. See, I get 2, so we'll go ahead and send out Polar Bear with her hammer, and then Playing Coward with her little itty bitty shield. That one did not have a spear though, so we are good to go. Let's go ahead and get some confuses out there. Poke that one. And we're done. And they had, here's that spear they used on us. It's not that great though. We're going to break that down. And then a Buster Sword made of stone. Freaking, you'd think it would be heavier than that since it's made of granite. We're going to go ahead and break that down as well. Continue our journey home. We do have another research point. The question is, do we have anything we want to spend it on right now? We could start heading towards the Moonstone, or start heading towards Diamond. Craft-wise, we still have lots of things we can learn. Building-wise, we kind of don't really care about the manger at this point, or the barracks. The palisade will be helpful eventually. We could also do the head towards the road, but is it really worth it? Right now we're gathering everything here, and we can get up to a +3, I believe. It's either +2 or +3, which at best gives us access to Elvenwood, so it's not even worth it. Like all the different food types, I don't really care. So yeah, we're not going to worry about the Blessed Path. Ought to resolve that spider fight. Team Misfits are having an encounter with a vampire. Oh shit. You are ambushed by Strigas. They look starved and desperate and eager to fight. They must have sensed your blood, or maybe they sensed someone they once loved among you. To arms. Let's fight. It's only 2 Strigas, no masters. So that's good. And 2 hulking rats, which are there to just be annoyances. We do get to go first. Strigas can have spears. I don't really have anything worth countering with, though. I don't really have anything worth shielding with, though. Oh, they need a lot of help. Well, let's start with Otrak and his hammer. Luckily, that one did not have a spear. That is a kill for Otrak, and he will carry over his damage to the next one. So we'll have Catherine go out next, with Raslava being the meat bag to protect her. That means this is a rat, which we don't have to worry about spears at this point. We can go ahead and get some confuses out, except we can do nothing against that guy. So, do we get to kill him before he gets his attack off is the question. Otrak here is going to do 41 damage. Striga absorbs 30 of it, so Otrak will kill the Striga and the rat. Catherine will then do 40 damage, which definitely kills the Striga. So yeah, we're fine. Catherine's got this. You massacre the Strigas without breaking a sweat. You are free to loot whatever they carried. Oh yeah. This is a very nice heavy armor because it's good quality. It's much lighter weight than normal, and it has slightly more armor than normal, so makes it a perfect weight to armor ratio. Love it. I will keep it. Bad quality, so we don't really care about that axe. And these coins make you more attractive because, you know, gold makes you attractive, even though there's a penny in there. I'm going to go ahead and break it down anyways. We don't really need more attractiveness. So at least the Team Misfits can hold their own in a moderately challenging fight.
As you look around and admire the world, you see something of interest in the distance. You spot the outlines of a tall tower on the horizon. Who knows what it may hold?
Who knows? Can I move anymore? I cannot. So let's go ahead and gather some veggies and spider silk. Break camp, continue our journey. Again, cannot continue moving. I guess we can gather it since we've already made camp and we're not encumbered. Let's get some clay. Get some more veggies again. And we're just trying to be efficient since we can't always move the full 5 distance. We might as well use that extra point to camp and gather what we can.
You are ambushed by a shadow giant and his minions.
Oh boy, another
You feel
shadow
a gust
giant.
of cold air as they approach, and you know they are filled with the darkness. The giant whispers, his voice ringing in your ears like an ice pick. Give me your souls.
No. The only thing that concerns me is if Team Misfits encounter this. I don't think they're ready to take on this fight. Ideally, both shadow creatures would be here. Worst case scenario, they're both here. None of them can have spear attacks though, so we don't have to worry about that. You just want to kind of maximize your damage output. So we're going to start with Chabor. Chabor will do 50 damage. Seriously. Support ally. So that he can at least kill that one. There's nothing we can do about this one. Although, what we could do is first action Sasha to do 41 damage to it. Chabor only needs to do 10 to kill it, and then carries over the rest. This will be doubled because this one will be wounded at that point. So he'll have left over 38 with the 16. 48, 54, 56. So then Chabor could kill both of these. So I like that. Which means we want to next go with playing coward. Oh, damn it. That fucks everything up. Oh, crap. Yeah, that totally screws everything up. So now that Chabor is confused, he's not going to do his damage on the first move, which means even if we do the first action, Sasha's not going to kill this thing. And they both get their attacks now. Which means ideally they split their attacks and each hit somebody else. But we can't really count on that either. And there's nothing we can do to counter that. Shit. Let's go ahead and shield her. And then I guess send out Dobermeyer. Alright, so we did get lucky in the best case scenario in that both shadow creatures were in the tactical hand. Unfortunately, Chabor was a low enough level for their confused to take him out. So we are going to take a lot of damage, and we potentially have somebody being seriously overkilled, because combined, these two are enough to kill either one of them. And a first action, of course. This has not been a good run for us suddenly. Alright, so we will almost kill this guy. Ideally, he hits Sasha. This one hits Chabor. This one hits Playing Coward. Splits the damage across 3 people so that nobody dies. And then we can finish them off in the second phase. That is the best of the best situations. Now, the odds of that happening are very slim, because we have to count on 3 things hitting in the 3 directions we need them to. Yeah, there's not a whole lot we can do about this. If I run, somebody's guaranteed to die anyways. And yep, that is not how I wanted that to go. So Chabor got overkilled. Shit. Hit Sasha. Thank you. And Chabor got overkilled pretty badly, but we won.
You defeat the Shadow Giant and its minions of darkness.
So we got a one-handed living sword. It's not that good of stats compared to what you'd think it would be based off what it looks like. So we're going to break that down. The enchanted bone is nice. The moonstone is the great reward. We're going to have to take a look at Chabor.
A shade respects your power and stays with you.
Is this a repeat of last time where we lose somebody but it got replaced by a dark shade? We'll have to check. Let's see, 45 life is nice, 26 strength is pretty good, 6 magic, that's very nice, 8 poison. Yeah, this is a good shade. I can't complain. I just hope we don't lose Chabor in the process. Oh, he's overkilled so badly. But I think we're next to the herbalist hut. That could be our saving grace. Let's see, calculator. 36 wounds divided by his life of 19. Wound scale of 190. Oh dear God. Take away survival rate of 70 gives us 120. And then our medics, what do we got? A 7 and a 6, so 14, 20. Chabor has a 100% chance to die. Woo, Dark Chabor. I refuse. Oh, I got no movement, and I am next to the herbalist hut. Oh, such bad luck. So there is no such thing as a 100% chance to die. You always have a slim margin of survival. So we're going to go ahead and turn our food on to improve that margin anyways. Just go with these, I guess. But yeah, Chabor is probably fucked. If he survives, we're immediately running to the herbalist hut.
Wounds don't
Nope,
always have
Chabor
a chance to heal,
is
and
dead.
So death can claim its prize.
Welcome, Dark Chabor. Death count is now at 6. Everyone is going through an emo phase this run. Oh, God.
Your scouts report a weird-looking metal box sitting by the side of the path. They say the box has 3 levers and several interconnecting tubes, and a small basket at the bottom where all the tubes end.
So let's totally investigate it.
You come closer, and indeed there is the strange box. There is a sign scribbled above the box. It reads, "If you're clever, come whenever. If you're not, take a shot. If you come, bring some rum, and we'll all have fun." It seems that something may come out of the tubes if you pull the right levers. Or it could all explode. Who knows? There are no instructions.
Study.
Lucky for you, some of your party know their stuff about engineering. They inform you that this is some goblin contraption, and that they can guess what sequence to use to make it work.
Have a go.
The
Auto-resolve.
strange machine puffs and shakes as if it were about to fall into pieces before you. There is a bubbling sound from inside, and steam comes out in huge puffs. Then finally, a ball comes out of one of the tubes and lands in the basket. When you pick it up, it's a parchment. Well done, stranger. Now come and join the party at the crag. Map included. Please don't bring trouble, only fun people accepted. There is indeed a map drawn at the bottom.
Okay. And that little contraption gave us a level. Ooh, look at this. Our medic gained 2 medic skill. That's amazing. Love it. Seru 2 gathering. That's going to be very useful. More poison. Always nice. Our main group, Noob. Quite the meat shield. 27 health. Dobermeyer 36. Pretty impressive. Playing Coward 18. Not bad. More gathering. Always nice. Owlbear also gained health. She's pretty damn healthy for a medic. Holy crap. Polar Bear, not bad. Dark Legolas got some more shielding. And what's going to be Dark Chabor gained strength. Finally, our village, Nistenka, level 11 confused. Chef Wolf, level 9 confused. Lord Yu is about to hit tier 2 on health, which is nice. Pinecanet, not bad. Eternal Frost, you need a lot more health for a warrior. Apollonia gaining gathering, that's good. Yeah, all in all, those pretty good levels right there. We also finished our baskets, so that's something. Oh, I forgot to equip that armor that we got. Who's gonna get this? I don't know why I just sounded like a damn ghost, but yeah, that totally just happened. It's a small upgrade for you, but is that the best use of this beautiful armor? It's weight 150. Yeah, it's too heavy for her. I think we should put it on our orc. Wrong group. Alright, Dark Chabor. Welcome to the group. I hate losing people. Have a leech ring and a damage bracelet. So you have 50 armor. That's pretty good. You do 8 poison with 33 damage and 2 leech. So 35, 43 damage minimum, 51 max. It's acceptable. Can't really complain about that. The only thing we really lose by losing Chabor is we lost his shielding, which was nice. Alright, let's resupply. Drop off the ancient wood that we picked up and all of our little loot. As well as the meat. We'll go ahead and restock our fish. We don't need that many veggies or that much herbs. And let's see, we want our goulash. Where are you? Am I going mad? Oh, no, there it is. What you lost in shielding, you made up in dark eyeliner. Oh, don't. Oh, yeah, we have this gambling armor. Let's take a look at what we got from it. So, the gamble is interesting on this piece of armor. So, normally, this version of armor is 33 armor and 11 shielding. So if you notice, it has 15 shielding. So instead of gaining a 4th random stat, the gamble gave it 4 additional shielding. So not bad. There are worse things to get. Then we got traps on this one, so that would probably be good for Catherine. And then we got speech on this one, so this armor makes us more charismatic talking. So we'll take that one as well. Let's see. Too bad Shades can't have armor. I could at least give Dark Chabor the shielded armor, and it kind of makes up for it. But what we can do is throw one on Sasha, which makes him a badass with shielding. Let's give him... Yeah, let's give him the speech one. He's actually pretty good at speech challenges. Nastka, we'll give you the high shielding one. So at least 2 of our warriors are pretty well shielded now. 16 and 3. Really want our medics to gain some strength. You don't have any armor. Why don't you have armor? Alright, you're gonna get that then. Where are we gonna send our main group now? I think we're just going to go questing for a while. We've got quite a few opened up. Yeah, let's do that. Team Misfits are... let's go ahead and break camp and head back. Bring this coal back and pick up the baskets we made for them. And then we can send them out for more important things than coal. So let's resupply our fuel, drop off all the loot, resupply our fish. We only need 50 of that. Drop that off. And we're going to pick up Apollonia. And the baskets, where are you? So we made 2 good quality ones and then 8 normal quality ones. We'll go ahead and pick up everything that has gathering on it. And we might as well pick up the damage idols. So we can remove that dash from Apollonia's name. And we'll gear her out. Since you are a gatherer, let's go ahead and give you a basket, a necklace. Oh yeah, the trap armor, that's going on Catherine. Bam. Make her better at trapping. Also, we're going to give her a damage idol since she has a hammer. We can give him a basket. And that. Marsalka can have a regular basket. Catherine can have a regular basket, since I forgot about her. Sarah, you can have a basket. You baskets are too heavy for you. Peltry Bog already has one. Instead of that, you get a damage idol. Or, I take that back. You can have that back. Otrak gets the damage idol for his hammer. He also gets a basket, as well as a gathering ring. Fagwent, you are maxed out. Can you have a button? Nope, even a button is too heavy for you. Granted, it's a 35-pound button, so that's understandable. So yeah, you're too weak for a basket. But at least most of everyone else already has one. So let's go ahead and throw the extra baskets. Oh, too heavy for our medic there. But on the people who are gathering in our village, if they don't have a basket, let's give them one. Apparently everybody does, but we can improve the cane ones at least. Eternal Frost is not gathering, so it's pointless to give him one. And the wolf cannot have one, sadly, but we can give him an armor ring so he doesn't feel left out. Alright, where are we going to send Team Misfits next? We have Dragonbone down there as an option. I don't want to send them too far. I want to be able to retreat them back to the village if need be. We do need a lot of mithril though, so I think we're going to head there. And we are going to check out what this place of interest is.
You find the area marked X on your map, but it seems like it's just a pile of stones. You take some time to move the rocks, but there is still not much there. It could well be that the supposed treasure is buried beneath, but since there are no signs of it, it may be a false lead, or maybe it was just a very long time ago.
Maybe. Let's dig deeper. Auto-resolve.
The dig took long hours, and you now fear you may collapse soon. So when you finally hit what looks like a chest, you hope to the gods it was worthwhile.
Take the treasure.
You open up the chest.
Oh my
and
god,
find
it
some
was
of
a
the stuff has
freaking
long
wooden
been
training
broken or
sword.
rotted away. Amongst the rubbish, there are still a few gems.
At least we got some gold out of it. Gotta look at the bright side of everything. Yeah, that was disappointing. Let's go ahead and get this cosmic tree started.
As you explore the land, a long shadow covers the sun for a moment.
Ooh.
When you try to take a closer look, it is already gone, but you could swear it was a very large person walking away. You are about to turn away when you notice that the strange apparition left behind a thread of black smoke.
So this is again the one that if we win, we get either 1 dex or 1 strength permanently. So we're hoping for the strength, and we're hoping for it to go on one of our medics. Yes, it was a good quality wooden training sword. So it had slightly better stats, slightly lower weight, but it's a wooden sword. Oh, 10 physical challenge cards. This is not going to be fun. Let's start with some counters. Counter offense. Counter offense. Counter offense. And then we can do some counter tic-tacs. There, we got rid of half of their cards. 2 of them are going to do damage. We can confuse 1 of them. So now we only have to worry about 12 damage coming at us. We need to do 16 to kill this one. Sadly, he's 1 damage shy of being able to do that. So we'll start with Noob. Noob can handle that 12, kill that one. Since he has 15 life, that does allow Dobie Meyer to kill that one. Then we need to do 17 to kill this one. You're 20. So it doesn't really matter what order we do. So we'll do Dark Chabor, then Dark Legolas. Legolas will kill that one. And then we need to do 20 to kill this one. These 2 together can handle that. And then phase 2 will kill these 5. Perfect.
You outrun the strange smoke, and you still feel a chill running down your spines as you move farther away from the danger.
So did we get lucky?
One of you has never run this hard in their lives, so they feel
We did get our
strengthened by this
strength,
terrifying
but it's not our medic.
experience.
It's technically a potential secondary medic, but she's already got enough strength. So it's still more damage, though. Can't have everything we want. Can't be too greedy, I suppose. But Polar Bear is doing just fine now. Hit up the cosmic tree, get that started.
You find the skeletal remains of a person, most likely an elf, as the bones have a slight silver tinge and are much lighter than any other humanoid bones you know. On the body, you discover a scroll that unrolls as soon as you touch it. There is a smell of burning wood in the air, and the scroll itself seems to be warm to the touch.
Nah, throw it away. Oh, let's read it.
And so the cosmic trees stood in flames, and with it, the world burned alike. For as the canopy burned, so did the skies turn red, and the heavens were no more. As the core burned, the earth scorched, fields turned to ash, and Thea became a wasteland. Finally, as the roots burned, so did the gates to the underworld, and thus the souls of the dead could find no refuge, no peace, no purpose. You see some notes scribbled on the side of the scroll.
Main bits, please. No fluff.
Note 1 is from an elven scholar who says he's looking for some answers to the darkness at an old grove. There is a map to the grove and 5 silver tree bark pieces that emanate with strange power. Note 2 is clearly scribbled in a hurry by a different writer, unknown. It suggests that the elves should not be trusted and that mankind's destiny should be their own. There is a mention of a very distinct tower, and you can actually see it marked on the map as well as the Sage Tower.
Right, so 2 locations. Got it. Alright, let's head towards the suspicious tower. Oh, I apparently still have my food turned on because I'm a dumbass. Let's see if we can't get another crow to join us. You get to the top, and the nest seems unoccupied but filled with various objects. At last, as on your way down, the crows return and start to peck your eyes out. And all they did was give us some wicker and a coin. Royal crow, giant crows, 7 ravenous crows. 10 crows, eh? Hello, Royal Crow. Nice to see you again. I have no confuses. Shit. Which means we want Nastka out so that she can absorb that damage. Ooh, we could also do 2 first actions now that I see that. We could potentially... Nope, we don't have enough damage to even kill it with 2 first actions. We could support ally, then first action 2 things, and that would kill it. Is that worth it, though? I don't know yet. Of course you confuse my hammer user, you bastard. Okay. Noob. Let's go ahead and get some counters going on. Ooh, I can poke that one to death. I'll take that. Thank you. I'm worried that these are going to first action something, and that's going to piss me off. They didn't. Okay, so support Sasha, then first action Sasha, followed by a first action on Dobemeyer. Together they'll kill the Royal Crow. Nastka will kill this one, Noob will kill this one, Orderzab will kill this one. These 2 don't get to attack. In fact, we're going to kill that one right now. And then we will finish this on phase 2. Wow, those crows had a lot of crap on them. They even had 11 gravel. I think we just cleaned out their gullets. They had a bone spike armor on them. That's an interesting concept. We're going to go ahead and break that down. The Willstone's not very useful either. So we doubled up on our wicker, though. That's nice. They were bringing back nesting material, and we just stole it from them. Yeah, I had all this food on, because, again, dumbass. Alright, Team Misfits. You were heading towards the Mithril. Yes. God, I hope they don't get hit by giants.
You see a man in worn-out armor with insignia.
Hey, King Arthur! Wow, it took you forever to show up.
Clearly deep in thought, as he does not see you approach. When you look closer, you see he is looking at a sword half embedded in the rock.
Well, hello there, fellow traveler.
The man jumps up, startled by your voice. He grabs the hilt of his sword, but does not draw it. He takes a few steps back and speaks. How dare you disturb a king's moment of peace? I'm sorry, old habits. I am no king, not anymore. But you, my friends, look like, well, potentially, you could maybe be called knights, right?
What you talking about, Willis?
My name is Arathor. I have traveled here from afar in the west, led by an ancient quest from my forefathers. I was led to believe that this sword will help me rebuild my kingdom and save us from the darkness. Alas, I have lost all of my knights just getting here. And now that I am faced with the sword, those blasted demons, they have cursed me with weakness, and I am unable to fulfill my destiny.
So this sword is powerful, eh?
The sword is my test, my burden, and my fate. It will not serve any other. My time is running out. I must return to my kingdom soon, or all shall be lost. Now, the sword is for me to claim, but as king, I can appoint you my knights, and you could claim it in my stead. The magic binding the weapon in stone will permit it, I think. Will you become my knights?
Sure, but what the hell are you talking about?
Knights? Oh, well, a knight is a brave warrior, sworn to serve their king and god, to uphold the law. It is a man. I suppose in my kingdom we only appoint men, but desperate times. So, it is a person who is righteous and honorable. Now, I solemnly swear I will release you from my service once the deed I ask is done, and I hold the sword in my hand. Will you accept?
Yes. But how do you know we're right for this?
Wonderful. I knew fate would provide my salvation. I did not know if your hearts were pure enough, but your agreement to serve my purpose, with no promise of a reward, proves that you are indeed the ones I seek. Now, by the power of a rightfully anointed King of Camroth, I pronounce you Knights of Camroth, and I command you to take the sword for me.
By your command.
We
Auto.
work together and pull out the sword from the stone. It looks like an ordinary weapon, except that it seems undamaged from its unusual sheath. When you hold it in your hands, however, you feel a surge of strange power coursing through your veins, and it feels really good.
We could keep it. It's a decent sword. But we're already making better weapons, and the continuation of this quest line is pretty damn good. So we're going to give it to him.
The king drops down on one knee as he accepts the sword from you. He speaks, and his voice becomes more forceful and clear than before. Well done, my knights. You have passed the test of loyalty and purity of soul, for this sword is known to lead its keepers astray. An ancient bloodline runs in my veins, one that has, in the past, both failed and succeeded in this very test. It has always been my fate to hold this blade and see what I am made of. And since I do not heed the urge to cleave you where you stand, I am hopeful that I too have passed. I release you from your oaths, Knights of Camroth. May the fates bring you strength and prosperity. I also give you this map. It will lead you to a bridge where you will be tasked with a test, and if you pass, a treasure will reveal itself to you. I meant to find it myself, but it seems fate had other plans. So go forth and seek it out.
Thank you. It was an honor.
I will now travel back to my lands, and using the sword, I will try to reclaim my kingdom and restore the Eternal Tower to ward off the darkness. I wish I could tell you more, but it seems other lands are in peril, and it is a knight's duty to protect and defend. Alas, I am also a king, and I must first right the wrongs of my own people. I feel a great destiny within you, and I hope you will succeed in your own quest one day. Farewell. The king bows to you and holds up the sword. A light shines down from the skies, and he disappears.
Right. Time to go. we will save that for later because it will pick a random weapon from amongst anything that you have equipped or in your inventory and give it additional stats like poison. So you want to make sure that you have all of your endgame weapons ready to go before you do that. Was that my Team Misfits? Oh, I can't believe I succeeded on that auto-resolve. I thought it was my main group that was doing that quest line. It was not, so we got lucky. Alright, what's in this tower?
You see a large stone tower sticking out of the landscape like a grey withered thumb. As you get closer, you see that much of the building has crumbled over the years, but the stone looks very solid, and more importantly, it is already cut into manageable chunks.
Surely there's somebody here collecting it.
You take a look and realize that there is a band of people already scavenging the stones from this tower. You also see an old man tied up to a wooden pole. The men look armed and ready to fight.
So apparently we have enough stats to get in a new option. We could just attack them outright, but let's try chatting. Welcome, fellow travelers. I realize you were here first, but may we come to some sort of an agreement?
The men seem unsure, but one steps forward and answers. And why should we? We could just run you buggers off like we did with the others.
Of course you could, but why risk the fight? There's enough stone for everybody. Really, I'm just doing this because I want to see if I get permanent stats from it. We'll auto-resolve it.
We're almost done anyway. Wait here another hour and then the site is yours. You see the men collecting the stones, as well as their prisoner, and leaving.
Okay, we didn't get the stats, which there probably isn't any. I just wanted to see if there was. We could let them go and get our stones, but I don't like that because they have this prisoner and I want to try to save him. 9 times out of 10 you fail, but every now and then you get him, and he's usually a sage. So let's try to get him. I'm not going to auto-resolve scavengers. They're easy, but they can have spears, and the AI is not smart in how it handles them. So we'll start with a hammer, and then a shielded unit like Dobermeyer. Hammer's still enough to kill it, so we're good there. Let's go ahead and do a counter offense. We could poke it. Actually, that's not a bad idea. There, we avoided that spear at least. Let's go ahead and counter tic-tac. And we need a somewhat shielded unit, so Dark Legolas. Okay, so they only had the one spear. Well, not that bad. Send everyone else out. Just in case we screwed up somewhere, let's get some confuses. And we're done.
You beat the other scavengers, and those who survived run away. The man tied up to the wooden pole seems to be unconscious. He is dressed in long robes and looks unremarkable and weak.
We got another wooden training sword. And an armored arm, which is not that good. So let's try to heal the old man.
Your wise one took out their kit and mixed up some poultice to help the old man. It looks sketchy for a time, but it looks like he will live. He joins your village.
Sweet, we got a sage. There's nothing too special about sages, except that they almost always have high folklore. So if you don't already have somebody with at least 5 folklore, this is a good way of getting one that will give you those extra options. They are also very good at speech challenges. Other than that, they occasionally come with a base magic stat, which is pretty good. That means we can put our magic gear on him to kind of, I can't think of the word right now, boost that up more. There's a better word for that, but whatever. He also will always have at least 1 point in medic, which, I mean, if you don't have a medic, anything helps, but we already have a full medic contingency. God, I can't talk today. We already have more than enough medics, so this isn't going to help us very much. The sage is probably going to go to the village and eventually to Team Misfits, but everybody helps right now. This is probably his weapon too, so we'll go ahead and keep it.
As much of the stone as you can.
What do we get?
You use your tools and gather the stones.
Clay, and malachite. Not bad. We do have this extra body though, so I think what I'm going to do is head towards the Misfits and kind of hand him over. Because I don't want Isbelut taking up this space in my team. He can go ahead and have the dragon armor and a basket to make him useful for them. So yeah, we'll just stand on top of them. Hand is blute over, like so. Now we're both full. That's very nice. It slowed us down a little, but that's okay. And they're heading towards the mithril.
Despite the daytime, the sky is suddenly overshadowed by a thick, dark mist that slowly engulfs everything in its way. The black mist remains a malicious reminder of the days of darkness
yes, it is.
and their everlasting hold on Thea. Even the bravest of souls feels a sudden dread as the black cloud slowly seeps into every corner of their surroundings and wraps them up in a suffocating blanket of dark energy. You could swear you see twisted faces and silent screams from within the darkness. You feel a cold chill running down your spine, and dry sweat covers your trembling body. Your very soul is now infected with the cloud.
Okay, if you huddle together and find cover, you'll probably be cursed. Calling on your god to protect you is kind of like a 50-50. Either he will and you're fine, or he won't and you're cursed. Using magic to shield your group, it immediately protects you. So no curses, no adverse effects. And you can leave it at that, or you can try to use your magic to beat it back, which is challenging. It's a 3 or 4 skull hex challenge. So you're going to want a few decent magic users, which this group does not have. But we can use the magic to skip this event, or you can stick together and try to outrun it, and then it's it'll use a calculation of what your stats are, whether or not you succeed, and if you do, somebody will gain permanent will. If you fail, people will be cursed and maybe lose permanent will. But that chance at the permanent will is too good for me to pass. I'm going to take it.
There are those amongst you that are not easily broken, even in the face of such dark terror. They help your group to stick together and slowly move away from the mist. Every step feels heavy and slow, as if your legs were made of lead. Your heart pounds like mad, and with the help of your strong-willed companions, you fight the instinct to stop moving. Eventually, you clear the fog and make your way to safety.
So we gain +1 permanent will on 2 people, which is nice. Will is our health in both social challenges and hex challenges, so they gained a little bit more survivability. And that is it for them. Let's see, don't want to do the King's Quest. Don't really want to take on the giant either. So yeah, we'll head this way. They will continue their long journey to the mithril. And fight some spiders. Catherine allows them to go hunting. Makes it an easy auto-resolve. And they had some super heavy armor on them that we don't want. Can't go any further, nothing to gather, so they're done. Main group, head towards the hanged man, please. Ooh, we gained a level. Let's see what we got. For Team Misfits, plus shielding is always nice. Dead Meat has level 6 confused. That's getting pretty useful now. Dobrova, gained 2 gathering, very nice. Izbilut, 9 health. Still need a little bit more for tier 2. Marcelka is good. Not a bad level. For our main group, Noob, gaining more health to be that meat shield that we need. Coachesette gained divination, which is used for hex challenges. It's poison, so not bad. Sasha, plus poison, always nice. Yeah, pretty good level there as well. And finally, our village, which Lord Yu the Medic gained more medic skill, which makes this a perfect level in my opinion. And since that's the only opinion that matters, hey! Yeah, all good things. Good things. We have 2 research points now. Which means we could either do Amber and Malachite, which then opens up the options of Topaz and Ruby. Or we can learn to craft both 1- and 2-handed swords, or just 2-handed axes, which, yes, that's what we were going for earlier until Legolas died. Because now I can queue up some amazing 2-handed dragon bone axes using dragon bone and ancient wood. Booyah. So beautiful. Look at that. 63 minimum damage, maximum 70. Right? Yeah, 63 min, max 73 damage, plus the unit's strength on top of that. These easily allow you to break 100 damage per attack. And then when you put it on an elf, all of this gets added into its piercing attack, which is amazing. Make as many as we can. Ooh, 15. And they're also worth a lot of research points. So yeah, we're just going to go with that. They'll pay for themselves very quickly. Do the enemies ever do counters in combat? I've seen them do first actions confuses. They do. It is rare because their counters don't level up very fast. So once you get to a certain point, they're not as useful for the enemy anymore. We did see them a lot in the beginning, though. A lot of times now, you'll see the AI send a card out and it immediately goes into the discard pile and it didn't do anything. That's it trying to do a counter offense or counter tactic and failing because it's too weak for our levels. Alright, let's hit up the Hanged Man.
You find the ruins of what must have been a small settlement, but it looks abandoned for at least a decade. You see the Hanged Man floating aimlessly, wailing at the sky. The souls of those who died of hanging, especially self-inflicted, are known to become damned like this, but there could be a way to help. You look around the abandoned settlement, and you find several skeletons of people with their heads severed, as well as many funeral pyres that look very makeshift and rushed. At the center of the village, you discover an oak tree, with the Hanged Man's skeletal body still swinging from a branch.
Let's take the body down before we check it.
As you search the body, the ghost appears again, but this time without the noose around its neck. Instead, you see a well-built, middle-aged man in a wide-brimmed hat with a large book and a crossbow at his side. The ghost seems much more coherent now as it speaks to you. So you have come. Good.
Good. Of course we came. You haunted us and cursed our people.
It was not me. Well, not strictly. I can only hold this form for a short time. Soon I will revert back to the anguished deformity that is the Hanged Man. Driven by instinct alone, I will seek out life and haunt it, desperately trying to seek aid. Many would have slain my spirit by now. My thanks to your patience.
Well, we thought about killing you, but that seems kind of redundant.
Indeed, it is somewhat redundant for you. I have no true answer for what happens to us, except that we come back with less and less of ourselves left. Every time we are slain, we lose a part of our souls, until there is nothing but an angry shell left.
That sucks. So what do we do?
If you find a way to release my spirit, well, before the darkness, my soul would have traveled through the roots of the cosmic tree into the underworld, where it could rest in peace. Now, well, at least I won't be an angry spirit tormenting people, I think.
Okay, so how do we help?
I am afraid I do not know for sure how to lift your curse. I am fading again, and soon will become the Hanged Man again. So I will tell you this. Read my diary, and find a way to rest my spirit. Or find another way to banish me from this fate. If you do, I promise to try and lift the curse. It looked like he wanted to say more, but his ghostly body dissolved and changed back into the Hanged Man.
Okay, where's that diary?
Inside the man's coat pocket, you find a note, or rather what looks like a page torn out of a diary.
Skim it.
The curse of the Striga has taken this settlement. There is no cure to this darkness, only a quick and merciful death. I had to do my duty and save their souls. But alas, my daughter, I will not return to you as I feel the curse taking hold of me. I must act now, before I am too weak to resist.
Okay.
As you examine the rope, you see it was weaved with silver, and on the ground you see a pentagram drawn with rock salt and poppy seeds, or at least that's what they could have been. All known repellents for the dark magic and the creatures of the night. The Hanged Man appears next to you and points to a map attached to the page. You see several settlements marked and one signed Home.
Alrighty then.
You remembered a book and crossbow on the ghost, and so you search for it near the body. You discover both objects buried under a pile of stones. From your knowledge of the folklore, you remember that the Hanged Man's noose can be a strong amulet. You also know that the poppy seeds found in the man's bag may come in handy in many rituals. You gather up the goods.
This is a bow, not a crossbow, but that's okay. We're still going to break it down. We got permanent +1 folklore on Sasha and Polar Bear. Not too bad. It's Polar Bear's first points, though. Let's lay the body to rest. And let's head to the place of interest.
You find the area marked X on your map, but it seems like it's just a pile of stones. You take some time to move the rocks, but there is still not much there. It could well be that the supposed treasure is buried beneath, but since there are no signs of it, it may be a false lead, or maybe it was just a very long time ago.
If this is another wooden training sword.
The dig took long hours, and you now fear you may collapse soon. So when you finally hit what looks like a chest, you hope to the gods it was worthwhile. You open up the chest and find some of the stuff has long been broken or rotted away. But
average
the rubbish,
axe.
there are still a few gems.
Woo! Permanent stats! Yes! Yeah, I never complain about permanent stats, even if they're stats that are not used very often. Because every stat helps in some way. Small group of orcs travel near your village and they ask to use your smithy. Interesting. Have not seen this one yet. Fine, let them use the smithy and rest in our village. Filthy greenskins, you cannot use our smithy. You can die, or you cannot enter. Chase them away. Let's be generous and see where this leads. You let the orcs rest in your village, but when they leave in the morning, you realize they have robbed you. You son of a bitches! Oh, they took our two best hammers. Shit. Some mithril and our mithril hammer. You know what we're going to do next time this comes up, right? We're fucking killing them. That was all of my good stuff. Oh, that pisses me off so much. Did they take all of my mithril? No. Okay. Oh, we need to remake our hammer. Because not having a skill of 20 is very bad for all of this endgame gear we're starting to make now. So let's get that going first. Oh. Fucking bastards. Thieves. I hate thieves. Wow. Jersey doesn't even have a weapon. I've been slacking. You know what? You take our brand. No. You can have... Damn it. Now I'm perturbed. I don't know what to do. You can have that. Oh, you must have had one of the hammers. That's why. So yeah, that is a good trade for you. I'm remembering now. An Ebentide should have high strength. As a bandit captain? Yes? No? Maybe? 18 strength? Yes. You get the new axe. Perfect. Oh, and it was good quality. I didn't notice that at first. That is fucking amazing. So, taking a look at him, he does 55 base damage plus the 27 leech. That puts him at 82 damage. And then you add in the poison. So, 94 damage minimum. And if the target's wounded, Eventide now does 106 damage. Pretty badass. I'll take it. Let's see. We can now head towards the rest of the Hanged Man. Go ahead and auto-resolve that fight. Got another button. Team Misfits. Where's a good place for you guys? Technically right there to get the meat with the mithril. Mithril is the focus, with meat being secondary. We're being attacked by wild boars, wolves, hulking rats, and ravenous crows. So there's a lot of them, but they're all pretty weak now, so we should be able to auto-resolve it fine. And we are. And they had a wooden training sword on them. go ahead and hit up the rest of the
You found
hangman.
the town marked on the Hanged Man's map, but it was optimistic to think some settlement was still alive so close to your village. There are the ruins of a town, but most of all, there is a large graveyard.
Alright, let's have a look around.
You see the ghost appearing next to one of the grave sites. He changes once more into his true form. He reaches into the ground and pulls out another ghost, this one in the form of a young girl. The two ghosts embrace. He turns to you. You have brought me my peace, and so I will transfer all the power I can onto you and cure you of the curse that ails your people.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, only now.
And we got rid of that
under my
deforming
release,
curse we had
I
back in
feel
the
I have
village.
the power to cleanse you. The two ghosts disappear. The curse is lifted, and in the ruins of the village, you find many useful materials.
So not bad. And we got blessed with attractiveness, especially on dead meat here. For the next 35 turns. Not bad. Where else are we going to send them? We could do the Cosmic Tree again, or we could do some exploring. Although it is almost nighttime. Let's explore what we can until it gets dark. You see some big animal tracks, most likely some bison. Send our scouts. You see a herd of bison grazing in the field. Hunt them. Auto-resolve. Got their meat and bones and everything in between. I think that's it. Yeah, that turn is over.
The night is quiet and calm, but suddenly the ground shakes beneath your feet without any warning. You feel the grumbling of the earth and you fear Mokosh's wrath is upon you, but this tremor feels somehow different, less natural. There is a series of distant thuds and groans, then several short yet violent rhythmic shakes. Then, slowly, the sounds and the tremors move away.
Alright, we finished our crafting hammer. Let's go ahead and get that equipped yet again. Ludmilla. Crafting hammer. And then she should be making the axes again. Yep, okay, good to go there. Still have a little bit of light left. Let's maximize our use of it. Got some spiders hitting us. Auto-resolve. Don't need any of that. And it is now pitch black, making exploring pointless. So it's at this point that we might as well head up and hit these couple quests right here. Blood Bee and Craze Bees should be an auto-resolve. Thank you. What are we being attacked by? Hulking rats. That's a joke.
You finally find what must have been the grove from the map, although there is little left but some stones and dirt here. And yet, among the rubble, stands a single tree, still green and thriving despite it all. When you approach, the tree opens its eyes and stares at you.
Hello there.
The tree blinks at you several times before moving its branches around, as if it was shifting in its place. Slowly, it begins talking.
What is this elf thing you speak of? And how long is long ago? An eon? 2?
Well, you see, it's like this.
I see. The children of Thea, you mean. Pretty young things, to be sure. In the old days, there used to be many in my grove.
The tree looks around, as if for the first time, and you see its face twisting and its eyes growing larger.
My grove? Where is my grove? Where are all my charges? What have you done with them?
Calm down, we didn't do anything.
Oh, right. My apologies. Yes, that wretched cold night. It was rather unpleasant. Still, it was not it. It was a brother of mine. He took my herd. I tell you what. I will tell you all about the elven child you speak of. The one seeking to cure us from darkness. But only if you hunt down and kill my brother, and bring me the remains of his flock.
Okay. Well, how do I know you have what I want?
I have what you seek right here.
The tree crackles, the earth beneath it shakes a bit, and from the roots it brings out an elf. The elf is covered in soil and motionless, but he still breathes.
This young man refused my pleas also, but we seem to have reached an impasse. He will not die, and yet I am not inclined to let him go. But if you do the deed, I shall free him.
Alrighty then.
How splendid. I have cast a spell upon you that will guide you to the traitor's hideout. Do watch yourselves. He is likely to have many allies. Now off you go.
Rightio. We'll have to go find his brother and have a little chat. Let's see. That is back towards the village, so we'll hit that up eventually. Let's head towards these quest lines, and then
As
this.
you look around and
Never
admire
mind.
the world, you see something of interest in the distance.
What do we
You
got?
spot the outlines of a tall tower on the horizon. Who knows what it may hold?
Who knows? And that is back towards the village again. Alright, cool beans. Alright, so this I think is going to be our stopping point for tonight. So thank you for coming out and watching Thea the Awakening by Muha Games. Thea 2 is in production right now. I have the link popping up every now and then for the Kickstarter. I recommend checking it out if you have not done so yet. And if you enjoy Thea 1, I suggest supporting them so that we can see Thea 2 that much sooner with that much more effort put into it. This weekend is kind of out of the norm. I have a few plans going on, some friends in town. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream. I will be posting both on Twitch as well as Twitter if things change. But for now, plan on me not streaming tomorrow or Sunday. So until next time, game on. Have a good night, and thanks for watching.